We begin with developing news and the facts behind the fallout over COVID-19 fears. Good evening, I'm Joyce Taylor.
And I'm Mark Wright. That virus is spreading to countries around the world tonight. This is a map of the cases found so far, tens of thousands. The majority are in China. In the U.S., there are 60 COVID-19 cases.
And as coronavirus spreads, the markets are taking a huge hit. Today, the Dow suffered its worst one-day drop ever, losing nearly 1,200 points. All three indices were down more than 4%, and stock markets across the globe are showing signs of trouble.
There's also local impact that includes a school shutdown because of COVID-19 concerns. Eric Wilkinson is live in Bothell with that story. We begin our team coverage with Jessica Janner-Castro in studio at a King County press conference that wrapped up less than an hour ago. Jessica.
Mark and Joyce, the state health department held a press conference late this afternoon. They admit there's a lot of news out there and they want to get on record with facts, not fear. First of all, there is no outbreak in Washington state. Health officials are following practices in what they call the containment phase, essentially keeping COVID-19 out of the state. And if someone does contract the virus, keeping them isolated and quarantined from the general public. They're asking you to follow common sense health practices like washing your hands and staying home when you're sick. The state has been communicating with hospitals, making sure plans are in place and that there are enough supplies to protect healthcare providers in case the virus does start to spread. Bottom line, don't panic, but be prepared.
So as of today, there isn't good evidence of ongoing person-to-person transmission here in the United States, which means we still consider the risk of COVID-19 to the general public to be low. But given that the virus is now spreading in several countries, we do believe it's very likely that we will see spread of the virus here in Washington at some time in the future.
And one other note for you, the state will be able to test for COVID-19 at the state health lab starting tomorrow morning. So that's much quicker than sending tests to the CDC and waiting days for the results. Health officials also ask that you stay informed with credible sources of information, including the state health and CDC websites. And we have several articles and resources available for you. All you have to do is text the keyword virus at 206-448-4545, and we will send you a direct link. Joyce.